Oh,
Hello, everyone.
yes,
And
I
welcome
accepted it.
and welcome to Splendid 7. Uh, Today we have with us beautiful Anna Maria. Welcome, Anna, to the
Yes.
show Splendid 7.
Hello, everybody.
And Today it is yet another show. Anna is our 18th guest, and since we are having viewers and poets from all over the world. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all of you. So, today now I start the show with respected, beautiful Anna with a short bio of hers. Let us go ahead with it. So, MA languages, she is English and Portuguese. And she has been teaching English in Italian high school since 1987. She devoted herself to fiction, poetry, and playwriting. She published two novels. It is Aventura O. It is Aventura O what? Am I right, Anna?
Yes, it means let me live my adventures or you'll die. That's more or less the translation of the title.
And
Secrets.
Okay. Moreover, she published a collection of short stories in Ventura. Am I right?
Yes, we could translate it as welcome aboard.
Oh, that's great. As well as 5 collections of poems. See Shabby Chic. Am I reading it correctly? It is See
Yes, so shabby chic. Yes, it is. See, is the medieval way of saying sober Thor. So, see shabby chic.
See Shabby Chic. And it is La Aqua Oprim. Am I right?
Water oppresses.
Okay. And it is Prototo is experimental.
Yes, experimental food forest.
Okay. And Latte and Limoni.
Milk and lemons.
Great. And Elenjo Shea del Pan.
The anguish of bread.
Okay. And am I reading it correctly? In English, it would be read as. Can you read it for us?
Yes. Allora, I can start. Yes. Allora, as I think you should know, I like writing about more or less everything, but my favorite subjects are contemporary subjects. For example, I wrote a poem about Bauman, you know, famous philosopher and sociologist Sigmund Bauman. Bauman for Dummies. Just celebrating togetherness, just believing seveness, self-propelling particles, repeating missing originals, swarms scatter, line up. And a link is Ulysses, I think, fleeting movements, fleeting targets, the asymptoty for path goods. Swarms choose, beware the precondition. Running builds up, hopping builds up. Systems get around the promise. Priceless booty slips into the dustbin.
Okay.
Yes, it's a poem about our liquid Western society. And for this reason, when I went to Serbia last September, I got a prize. I don't know if you can say it.
Wonderful.
Congratulations. The poem was, of course, was told in English, but they translated into Serbian, and I got this prize. You know, in fact, the prize is here, is written in Serbian. So even myself, I can't translate it because I don't know Serbian, of course.
No issues. It's an accolade and we can understand, and we congratulate you for that.
Thanks. So, but
Shall
I also like writing, for example, about women, about why not, about love. And for example,
are you going to read the poem?
yes, I would like to read a poem about love, because I want to show you that I
would
can
like to
write
just
love poems.
yeah.
And this refers to my personal experience of mine, because yes, even at present I'm single, but at that time my mother had died for some months, and I met a man. So it was a kind, it was like a ruined, broken garden.
Okay.
And I consider this man like a gardener, as you are going to hear. So it's groping, the attack, that is the title.
So
On the floor, you found my
read
soul. Yes, I'm reading it.
Okay, you're reading it? Okay, so once you complete the poem, then I'll complete your bio. Yeah, please go ahead.
On the floor, you found my soul, falling candles, crumbled walls, pots of upset sadness. Your hands of so skilled a man, suddenly, bravely, strongly, from a soul, prune death, first identified in shouts, later uprooted in despair.
Wow. It's like it's a touching poem, right? It's and really you have carved the words in in a very heart-touching way, and I loved it.
I try to be intense as much as possible.
You just reached there and it's really connected. So I think viewers, I will complete the bio of Anna now. Shall we continue with your bio, Anna?
Sorry?
Your bio. I was reading your bio, so I will complete it now. Yeah, this bio. So as I was saying that finally she wrote 2 one-act plays. It is Evoluzioni in 2019 and Tabelo in 2006, both dealing with mobbing and as a supreme artistic form. Dall'Olio is a dramatic and poetic interest focused on reality as well as society, even if she deals with her own life. As far as poetry is concerned, Dall'Olio needs to confront the literary tradition of her country, whereas the topic of each poem points out the most convenient poetic style. So, as for fiction, Dall'Olio deals with reality as much as fantasy, mixing different genres of prose and poetry as well as past, present, and future. That's wonderful, dear Anna. So it's like we heard your poetry. It is really, a mix of different emotions, and we really touch heart through your poem. So viewers, I think it's time to start the show. So Anna, I'll ask you 7 questions now. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'll take off my specs because I don't wear them for a long time. So first question is what you have to answer them shortly. Okay. So what is the most beautiful moment of your life?
The most beautiful
moment of your life.
Of life?
Yeah.
Well, I think then, I think that the best moment of my life is when I wake up.
Wow.
I wake up because it's the moment to act, to realize what I'm going to do. Because I spend the most of my afternoon and evening trying to plan what I have to do. Because I think I'm a person projected into the future. I prefer thinking and dreaming about my future than sometimes acting. And
Wow.
it's the morning to do that.
Absolutely. It is day starts with a new day. Every day starts with a new day. Wonderful answer.
Hmm.
Our next question is, viewers, I must tell you that Anna is from a place which is famous for chocolates. Am I right, Anna?
Yes.
So, what is your favorite chocolate?
Yes, chocolate. I prefer plain chocolate.
Plain.
Plain, yes, plain chocolate. When I was very young, I was very extremely greedy about
Everyone.
that. Well, I had very difficult grandmother. She didn't. She lived with us, but she preferred to buy chocolate for my cousins. When when I found out where she kept this chocolate, I used to steal it.
I think every one of us does that in once in lifetime, in our childhood life, because when I was young, we used to steal, chocolates from our grandfather, or pockets.
Yeah.
They used to keep in pockets.
Yes, but I remember that she kept it in a cabinet,
Oh,
and the cabinet was, of course, was locked. You can
okay,
imagine. But I found I found the key,
that's
so I
great.
succeeded in eating the chocolate all the same.
So that's beautiful answer. Next question is, what is your favorite go-to backpack place? It means which is your favorite place where you would love to go anytime?
Where where I want where I like to go, place to go. Well, I think that well, it's not easy to say now because when I was younger, I preferred to go abroad. Nowadays, it's not more possible for me. So why not? Yes, to take a travel when it's possible. I came back from Rome, for example. I spent the last weekend in Rome because I took part in a presentation of an anthology written in both Italian and in French.
Oh,
So
that's great.
it was well, you know that it was very nice weather, so it was very nice to stay there.
Yeah, it is actually very nice to explore new places.
Mm.
So next comes then, which is your favorite party song? Party song.
My favorite song.
Yeah,
Well,
song.
my favorite song. Well, I don't have. I don't think I have a favorite song because I liked listening to songs when I was much younger. When I went to the disco, you know, from
Yeah, I'm asking the
yes,
party
in
song.
70s. So
Party
from
song.
the 70s to the 80s, they were all disco songs. I
Okay.
feel love, for example. I feel love by Donna Summer. I
Oh,
don't know. Do you know it?
not hard.
No. Yes, but it's very nice.
I'll
The
definitely
rhythm
hear.
is very special. The rhythm is special
Okay. What
because
is
I
the
like
name?
dancing very much.
Donna? What is the name once again? Donna?
Donna Summer.
Okay.
Donna Summer.
Donna
She lived
Summer.
more or less. She was American, but she lived in Germany
Okay.
because she played and sang her songs in Europe.
Okay.
Perhaps you Americans don't know her very much. She wasn't as popular as in Europe.
Ah. So
When I
next,
was even younger, I liked the Beatles, of course. The Beatles.
okay, Beatles, and so these are the famous these are the people. Beatles is a group, band. It's a band. So Anna likes the song.
I know, for example, that my students like listening to hip hop songs, but I don't know the groups, for example. I don't know them.
Same here. So next question is, if you are sponsored for an event or a social cause, so what would you pick from the following? Education of children or old age home?
If I were responsible for an event, for organizing an event,
or serving a social cause from the following, what would you pick? Education of children or old age home? Old age home, like helping elderly people who live away from them.
well, even if it's true that I taught people between 14 and 19, I think that I prefer working with the older children, the older people.
Okay.
Yes, so with the elderly people.
Yes.
And because I'm elderly too. I am 63, yeah, so I'm elderly.
That's wonderful. You know, if many elderly people just gather or make a group and help other elderly people, it's a really beautiful home altogether. So next question comes, what is one teaching of your parents or elders you would like to share further and remember till today?
Can you repeat it?
Yeah.
You repeat it?
Yeah. Any teaching, what is one teaching of your parents or elders from the family which you remember till today?
About old people?
Any teaching or anything which your parents taught you and told you and you remember till today? You know, we are told many things. I mean, our grandparents and our parents tell many things that, you know, how do we face the world, or anything, any teaching of theirs which you remember till today?
And I can't understand.
I think I must say that Miss, you must be remembering your parents, right? Parents.
Yes.
Yeah. So anything, any teaching, anything which they taught you, told you that this is the thing which helps us in life. So what is that thing which they told you and you?
Well, perhaps you referred to the advice we used to give me. Yes. Well, to tell the truth, I am practically torn into two parts because my father was a middle-class man. Okay. So he gave me a lot of ideas about how to handle life and people according to a middle-class opinions. On the contrary, my wife was a farmer. Okay. So, and she spent most of her life living with me. And so she taught me how to confront death, for example, since from the very beginning. But she told me a lot of incredible bad stories about her childhood, but not stories about herself, but about the livelihood, the neighborhood near her. So it was incredibly violent. And so she taught me that death is part of life without directly telling that me. So it was an incredible school of life for me.
True, true. These are, these are the things which make us strong in life.
Yes, because at that time I used to be very ill, and I risked of dying. Of course, I should. I didn't know that. I could, but I could realize it. But I wasn't I wasn't afraid, just because of stories. So I started to take refuge in my dreams, in inventing stories just at that time, because I hoped for the better in future. There will be a time when I'll be able to write what I'm dreaming now.
This is really something touching, and viewers, it is, as Anna said, that anything which is actually fixed, that is death. Means everybody who is alive has to, reach there. But it depends on us that how we spend and make our life more valuable, add value to it, and then
For example, she told me a terrible story about a poor wife who was literally persecuted by her husband. That husband didn't even want her to eat when he was at home. And one day she didn't know what to do. She asked for advice, and a mysterious man advised her to kill the man, and she did it. It was in 1935 that was a great scandal, you can imagine, because women were taught to just to obey at that time.
We can only listen to these stories.
She took a club and she crashed it onto her husband's head.
I think it's not heard of, these things, and it's really something.
Yes, I think I was 8 years old when I heard this story. You can imagine. I knew that it was real. It wasn't a story, a nursery story or something similar. It was true.
But just to say that there are many different kinds of, things which every childhood faces. So this is also a kind of thing which you must have faced. So this was, all about questions, and I think I'm done with the questions, and hope you liked the questions. And now what I'll do is I'll read thought of the day, as you have already read your poems. So viewers, the thought of the day is: each droplet of nature holds wholeness. Blissful beauty is a treasure of calmness. So Mother Nature is enriched in many things, not only things but emotions. If you are lonely and you sit in open air between the nature, you will never feel alone. You will enjoy the breeze, you will enjoy the voice of birds and everything, and you will really feel that someone is with you. So you will feel complete. So this was the thought of the day for today. And Anna, now mic to you again. So you can share your golden pen message with our viewers. Your message, please.
Yes.
Your golden pen message to our viewers, please.
A message for you.
For
I think
viewers.
that the people, I think that people should start expressing their own ideas and opinions whenever they like. They started to decide that perhaps the best way is to share feelings, emotions, because they can, in that case, they should understand that they're not totally alone. I think that we are just very minute particles on a splendid planet with a present flying in the sky with the solar system in a kind of vortex. And so I think that if the person thinks about that, starts to feel a part of a whole. I think that the person will feel even better, more in harmony with the universe.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's a beautiful message. And we all have a duty to nature, towards nature, and to the society. And so we all should contribute.
Well, I know that I was a child when all the missions to the moon started, I refer to the Apollo missions when when men went to the moon, and it was very interesting that because I thought even if I was a child, I could understand that the moon wasn't so far as it should, it could seem at that time. And so it's a way to be part of life, It's a life everywhere. Perhaps I don't know if there is a God, but there is certainly there is an entity beyond us, if not inside us, at least beyond us, which is so able to order, and because everything is in its order, even if you don't know it, because when we are alive, we don't know if how this order is ruled, no? But I think there is. I think that there is a harmony after all.
Yes, absolutely. So this was a beautiful message by a respected poetess, Anna Maria. And Anna, it was wonderful to have you on the show with your beautiful and unique answers, and for coming on Splendid 7. And
Yes,
it's an honor to have you
it
on.
was a very pleasant experience for me, apart from the connection, because we have so many problems about that.
It's okay. Problems are part of life, but we can, handle them.
Mm. Yes, we Europe don't use Zoom very often. We prefer Google Meet.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Mm.
Maybe next time, and I'll have a collective meeting once, so we can do that. And thank you so much. And now we can say bye to our viewers together. Yeah. So bye,
Yes,
viewers.